talking to myself this whole time. Hello, and welcome back, all you wonderful Tubi Dicers. I'm your host, Daddy Tarzan H2A55, and with me is the wonderful cast and crew of Tubi Dice Adventures. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Star Wars. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and start off with the casting announcements for this week's episode, starting off with the sneakiest of sneaky boys, Oho.
Hello, everybody. My name is Victor, also known as Victor the Story Weaver. I play Oho the Assassin, and if you think you've seen him, no, you haven't.
Love it. All right. Up next is going to be the one, the only Kesh, who will be playing a guest character tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Jay. You can find me on TikTok as Jason1V131. Yeah, how does one do English? Doing great this morning. Yeah. And normally I would be playing the stealthy, could do nothing wrong, and I will not be taking comments at the time. Chess Kesh, but today I am playing Lun Built, a Duros character who's also known as the Joker because he never smiled once, unless he's in his favorite ship.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, up next is Ren, who will be playing the right-hand man of Demeron, the squad leader of Phantom Squadron. Case, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ren. I go by Mask Ren on the internet. The stars.
It was a creepy face. I couldn't help it.
I've thrown off. Oh, right. I typically play our lovely Twi'lek Ego, but as Tarzan mentioned, I am playing K-Snix, Casey, who is a human from Corellia, and is currently not on Corellia, and is trapped in a prison planet, and is so happy about all of it.
And finally, to wrap our crew up for tonight's episode is Oz at the bottom row, playing another NPC, or Phantom Squadron. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Oh, hello there. I'm Oz, otherwise known as Son of a Ghost on the interwebs. Usually, I'm playing our favorite, ever so explosively charming, Feral Ogesh, aka Rawl the Ogre. Tonight, however, I am playing Aldra Zahn, a Sephi Arcanian offshoot pilot.
I like it. Those of you that will be that are just tuning in to this episode, a quick recap, if you will. Oho, along with the Arc Squad, Pathfinders, an organization within the Rebel Alliance, has sent Oho ahead as a preliminary means of reconnaissance into the prison of Belsavis. Through which the means of which were have yet to have been revealed, but through a series of intricate ploys and falsified documents, managed to get Oho inside this maximum security prison to help locate and isolate the targets, which would be the pilots of Phantom Squadron, formerly Rogue Squadron. Upon confirmation of confirming the identities of these pilots, Oho is charged with reconning the prison, locating the most ideal escape route, and extracting these pilots within a 3-week time frame. We are currently at the second week of Oho's reconnaissance into this prison. His first week, he managed to locate these pilots, however, has not successfully made direct contact with them yet, but managed to impress upon them his skills. More mainly his prowess in combat. When a wild Acklay, a praying mantis type creature that prowls the jungles of Belsavis, set upon them at their dig site, which is part of their daily routines whenever at every cycle. Driving away this creature, saving the lives of many. Unfortunately, some Solonians perished in the attack, but the Hauk wardens and guards and the fellow prisoners were all saved by the heroic efforts of Oho in this time frame, during this event, which also impressed another isolationist, another human by the name of Vulcan, a red-haired, seasoned human who's appeared to have seen some time, not only in prison but in combat as well. This character carries himself with a sort of burden on his shoulders. We are currently entering into the second week of Oho's incarceration at this time. Where the rest of this journey goes is to be diced. Week 2. Oh, the time seems to... For you, this type of experience isn't new. However, it's been a long time since you found yourself in an environment such as this, and you quickly find yourself quickly losing track of time. Days kind of start to blend together. Is it midweek? Is it later in the week? Is it another week? However, you find yourself relying on the morning announcements from the Hauk wardens and guards that keep you on track. This would put us at day 6 of month 4. Another Hauk individual, male, comes into the common area of your cell block. As you all congregate amongst yourselves, most of you located centrally amongst yourselves. Oh, still, I would assume presenting yourself in a manner of still maintaining some level of isolation, but keeping line of sight with the individuals of Phantom Squadron.
I mean, Oho is going through the motions, keeping himself very, inconspicuous, like nothing to see here kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he keeps an eye on people because if he doesn't want to be seen, he's not going to be seen. So he can keep an eye on people without them knowing where he's watching from anyway, if needed. So
Right.
But he's playing his part like throughout this week. when he's not interacting or keeping an eye on the group, he's making sure that he start to lock all the different like based on the maps that Raul got and all the information that he got from the places in which direction am I going to have to go to find those tunnels that people were talking about, in which direction do I need to go to start looking more closely at the defense systems, etc.
Yeah. And throughout the week, you were able to get kind of a glimpse into what those underground systems, or at least the general area of the underground systems. Waiting on a contact from Kesh, you are eventually approached by this Rhodian individual who, this is later on in the first week of your incarceration, who, this jittery blue skin Rhodian, timid as all hell, constantly looking over his shoulder, not even sure whether or not you're the right person for this line of communication. He approaches you with a cylinder in hand. You're the guy, right? Kesh's guy, yeah?
Do I have anyone around?
Go ahead and give me a quick perception check. Call it average difficulty. Oh shit! Speaking of which, let's go ahead and roll luck points for the day. If you guys wouldn't mind. Blue D20 up in the corner. Damn. One more for Oz. And... okay, so 5 successes. This Rhodian that approaches you. So this is the rec time period of that he approaches you. When all populations are brought to a central courtyard where they can all intermingle and whatnot and socialize should they choose to. But it also alleviates some of the burden on the wardens and the guards having to not concentrate so many assets on the ground to maintain observation of the inmates. So putting them all in a central courtyard, they're able to downsize their security forces, give them breaks and whatnot and everything, while the inmates congregate in the central rec area. So you're out in the open, kind of. However, this Rhodian, you're very good about picking out spots where blind spots are. Where you're good about finding blind spots in security perimeters. You're very good about that. Whether or not you would have maintained a position in those blind spots during your downtime, that's up to you. I'd probably assume that you're not trying to make it a point to hang out in blind spots until approached. And I'm assuming this would probably be one of those moments where it would constitute like, oh,
Yeah.
be like,
If it's one of those moments where it's like the area where everybody's supposed to be hanging out and outside, Ojo is just keeping to himself. Like he still has the part to play. He cannot just be completely unseen all the time because then they'll be like, where the fuck did this guy go? So in this case, it's not that. I will say though, if this individual approached me saying what he said, do I see the cylinder?
you see a cylindrical object in his hand. He hasn't extended it to you in any way. It just
Okay.
looks like there's something in his hand.
I think Ojo is actually going to strike this guy in the stomach.
Ooh.
Not too hard. He's actually gonna do it in a way that it's like he's hitting him and he's gonna hit him. But it is also a justification for him to get close to the guy so he can disguise the switch, the grabbing of the cylinder, and also so he can lean into this person and just whisper, "You should be more careful." how you approach things.
I like it. So yeah, you drill this guy right in the gut, right in the diaphragm. You're right, boss. Yep, that's my bad. On me. And you feel his grasp loosen on the cylinder as you go to make this the switch, and you take the cylinder into your own palm as he recoils backwards a couple steps, still holding his stomach. That's my that's my bad. Sorry.
Oh, I'm keeping him close. Like I'm not letting him. Like I'm literally have my arm around his neck so I can keep him low while he's, tending to
Yeah.
his stomach, and my head's like really close to him. So I'm talking to him, but it looks like I'm just keeping him down, ready to strike him again if I have to.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't seem to put up too much of a fight. This individual's very much submitting to your power at this point. I'm sorry. I'm just passing along a message. That's all I'm doing. I owed a guy a favor. That's it.
Anything else you can tell me?
He said, sorry, what's my calendar here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. He said, expect expect your ride on the 16th.
All right. Is there anything you need?
I mean, yeah,
While he's hesitating, I grab him, spin him, and then slam him against the wall so that I can change the vibe because staying in that position too long would be too suspicious. So
yeah,
I just basically add another move now to just justify the fact that I'm still in the tussle with this guy. Now I'm just pinning him against the wall as I'm close to them. So now
yeah.
they can speak while they're in different position.
I'm just, fuck, no? I don't know how to answer this.
All right. If you think about something later. And then I let him go.
Fuck. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Good luck to you. And this poor little Rodian just scurries off. By that point, as he runs off in his direction, you will take probably almost immediate notice of several alien species kind of eyeballing the interaction at this point. More notably, a Nikto individual, or not a Nikto, a Weequay individual, as well as a Vadran, who are just kind of watching as the Rodian scurries past them, but their eyes fall back onto you as you go about your inconspicuous. You're brooding, I should say. You're brooding.
Oh, my eyes are on them. If I see them, especially because if I follow them as they're like looking at the Rodian leaving and then looking back at me, my eyes are on them with this like unreadable sort of like fucking say something.
I like it. Tell you what. Let's get a vibe check from these guys. Let's see, who would it be? These guys suck. They both have the same fucking thing. Jeez, I can't have anybody cool.
Sorry, I took all those spots.
Actually, you watch as the Vadran whispers something over to the Weequay. And the Weequay seems to nod in acknowledgement of some kind. And the Vadran runs off towards 3 Clatuinian. That's such a hard species name. Clatuinian. Those dog-faced humanoids. There's 3 of them, kind of localized amongst themselves around the weight training equipment. And the Vadran rushes up, seems to exchange some words with the 3 of them, and one of them is in the midst of bench pressing currently, and the other 2 exchange words back and forth with the Vadran before shoving him off, and one of the shorter Clatuians, Neans, leans over to the one bench pressing, and he stops what he's doing and sits up to look over at you. Before turning his attention back to the other 2. And I would say you probably register a gesture that he gives. A little circle motion with his finger, which you quickly can decipher as a means of gathering the troops.
Oh.
And you watch as the 2 disperse in different directions. But the individual continues going about his training. With your perceptive nature, you'll spot some spotters that are keeping eyes on him from a distance. But you go about your business, and you'll see also in the rec yard Vulcan, the other human, who's also by himself, an isolationist, not doing much. He's just he's actually just reading a data pad, not data pad, because you guys aren't allowed to have electronics and whatnot, but some type of, I guess, a book. Yeah, they have books. It's just rare and far in between. Yeah, he's reading a book of sorts to himself till the crew is called, or not the crew, but the inmates are called back in for yard time. But what's first on Oho's agenda? You got the cylinder from the Rhodian. You see that the aliens in the rec yard been brought to have been drawn to your activity. What exactly is Oho's first steps in this moment?
I'll probably make sure that I check the cylinder. So for that, I'm obviously going to make these spotters no longer see where I am.
Okay. Who's gonna be perception? Give me a hard difficulty. Versus, oh, actually it's going to be a hard difficulty with a challenge of 2, it looks like. Yeah. Hard difficulty challenger 2. All right.
5 successes, 8 advantages.
It's a good roll. Okay. Um, there's a blind spot in both the security towers as well as automated security. Just behind a set of bleachers that's buttressed up against the prison itself. It's just one corner that, if you press yourself up into it, you can be unobserved as long as you want. It's a small portion, but you know there's a blind spot to a security camera, as well as it's imperceivable to the security towers on the perimeter. And you slink into that space and start interacting with the cylinder. It's a code cylinder, but not your typical code cylinder. This is more of a information or a courier cylinder that carries information. Also, can be repurposed to smuggle maps, if you will. And you twist the cap, extend the device, and it kind of unfolds, and a hollow projection of the prison is projected. And it gives you you recognize this handiwork quickly to be Rawls' handiwork. His estimates of where the underground systems should be located. You quickly do some cross-referencing to your current position to the map's information, finding the central courtyard where the rec yard is located, and a rough estimate of where he assumes this network should make contact with the prison below. You're seeing it just below the laundry facilities, where everybody's uniforms get washed and everything. There's a sewage system, or a sewer system, not sewage, a sewer system that kind of leads off into a blank space that Rawl reasonably assumes there should be a network or something there. So you know the most ideal location would be somewhere in the laundry services sector of the prison. And it's not long before you start reviewing this map generated by Rawl, before you start hearing footsteps coming in your direction. And you quickly fold the cylinder back up, collapse it, tuck it away, and you see these 3 Clatuanians as accompanied by a large group of aliens with them. One notably Trandoshan. You count 6 Aqualish, a Weequay, the Vadran that you saw earlier, and a Gamorrean. And these aliens approach you. One of them taking lead, who kind of looks you up and down. What's your business with the Rhodian?
Even if I had any business with the Rhodian, it is not your business.
You Humies need to stick to your own kind.
Is that a threat?
No, it's a suggestion. If you want to.
He looks at the group and he says, "Are you usually this insecure that you need to bring this many people to make suggestions?"
Call it a display of power, if you will.
By whom?
By me.
Ola is just looking at him and goes, "Anything else?"
Let's see. What's your deception skill? Or either deception or skullduggery. Actually, let's go with skullduggery.
They're both the same. Three ranks. 3 yellow.
3 yellow. So challenge of 3. Okay. Okay. I'll give him a boost die because numbers, but that's about it.
Are they rolling something against me?
Yes, the leader seems to be sizing you up, trying to guess whether or not you took something. This is basically an insight, trying to see.
I'm using my sense advantage for the session to give him 2 black die.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. You watch as he kind of takes a step forward towards you, continuing that pug-like snorting noise. You best watch yourself, Hume. And he turns and walks away with his crew. Continuing, letting out an occasional snort that he would frequently emit. But the rest of the crew follows turn. The occasional crew member turning to keep an eye on you, making sure you're not either going to follow them or try anything. But the aliens seem the Clatuianin seems to be satisfied in his assessment of you for now. Case Aldra and Jay. I don't know your character's name yet. What was your character's name again?
Lun.
Lun, that's right. Lun. You guys were out in the yard as well, or a rec yard. Seeing an organization of aliens mobilizing against a singular human, it is cause for alarm for your guys' group. And you guys keep close eye on this situation. Seeing Aho's poise, his ability to diffuse a situation without succumbing to violence. It's an impressive display of skill. All without the help of backup, mind you. At this current point in time, Demeron is currently just playing a game of Jarek with a friend. of the with another crewmate when this display goes down. I believe Case next, you'd probably draw this event to Demeron's attention, who'd look over and see that this is going down, but kind of just keep an eye on them, Nix. Let me know if he needs help.
You got it, boss. Here's the thing. And I think Case, having like paid attention to some interactions of Oho and Vulcan. Where was Vulcan during this?
He's currently about 50 meters south of him, on another set of bleachers by himself, reading a book. Not far from Oho's current position, but within eyeshot of him.
Did it look like he was paying attention to the interaction too, or just kind of leaving Oho to fend for himself?
Let's see. You have a character sheet for Case, don't you?
I do.
Give me
It's basic.
give me an average perception check.
Okay. Average. My God.
Okay.
Huh.
So, during that interaction, you would see Case or Vulcan lower his book, and his posture straightens up as he watches this interaction. You see the book go to his left side on the bench, and he seems to be posturing himself in a reactive stance. In case he had it, you get a sense that he was waiting for some type of interaction to go down, and he was going to respond to it. But seeing as the alien posse begins to disperse, he goes back to pick up the book on his left side and goes back to reading right away.
I think Case is not surprised, but also a little surprised that the conversation that they had, it's actually like coming to bear, and that Vulcan actually is trying to look out for Oho. I think still he will head over towards Oho.
Len and Aldra, do you guys follow suit, or you guys stay with Deveron?
In fact, why do I always have to look after this kid? And Lon just gets up and follows Casey.
Aldra kind of just stays there. His whole mentality is like, this is a waste of time.
All of it's a waste of time. You've been in prison for 4 years.
Oh yeah, this is all just a waste of time, and he's just gonna watch a show from afar.
Gotcha. All right, Casey, you
There.
do take notice to Lun following closely behind you as you go to make your approach to Oho.
Lun, you know I have this, right?
Just shut up.
Right.
This is the most
Demo.
entertainment we've had in 4 years, so just shut up.
Fair enough.
Okay. Casey will approach, his hands kind of crossed behind his back. So you are handling yourself pretty well out here.
Handling what?
Yourself?
Suppose.
Look, I know we got off to a, well, I wouldn't call it a rocky start. I wouldn't even really call it a start, honestly. Um, but look, it's rough when you're kind of on your own. We've seen a few things happen to people, so I'm just letting you know on behalf of my crew. And he goes to gesture to the crew, but then it's right there. It's like,
I
maybe
can
not
speak for
this one.
myself, thank you very much.
Maybe not this one. I'm not involving you. God. I'm just saying, if you want, if you're interested, then, we can kind of
Do you trust each other?
No,
he means yes.
no, I
crew.
don't.
I believe there is, what, 15 of you?
I think Case goes quiet.
That's a very good guess, kid.
I do not guess.
What, you a mind reader or something?
No, I just happen to be very observant, so when your friends actually go to the edges of the sections where the cells are to keep an eye and pretend that they are not part of your crew, I can still see them. So far, I have counted 15. I haven't counted more.
Dang, Farrick. I need a death stick. How the
So, do you trust each other?
Um,
At that point, Long just drops the act going, yeah.
By this point, Case, as you ponder your response, you feel a hand fall on your shoulder.
Hmm.
You look over to see a golden hand placed upon your shoulder firmly as as Demeron steps forward. Son, the relationship between our crew goes deeper than just trust. We've put each other's lives in each other's hands.
And hold each other's hands when we get sick. Sorry.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Demeron. And this is my crew. The fact that Case here approaches you tells me that you're somebody that is worth protecting. He's a good judge of character, and I trust his judgment. Just tell me,
Oh, thanks, boss.
what are you in here for?
What everybody else is here for? Trouble.
I like this kid.
He's something. All right, son. Well, the offer still stands. Feel free to take your time to consider your options. But no, if you're not like him, as he gestures over to Vulcan, who's off, still by himself, if you're not like him, your odds of survival in this prison are close to none. Not without backup. Just think about it.
What about you? What are your odds?
Well, if I was a betting man, as he looks over to Case, turns his head over to Lun and Aldra and the rest of the crew that are kind of off in the distance behind them, I'd say I'm in pretty good hands.
So you keep watch over each other just so you can live another day in this place.
I'm just biding our time, if you will.
Till what? The Empire decides to become good, lets you go for being in good behavior.
Something tells me that won't happen. However, I do hold out hope that an opportunity will present itself sooner rather than later.
And if it does, then what? Hope is nothing with a will to fight these days.
Oh, me and my boys have plenty of fight in them. Excuse me and my people. As he points to some of the other varietal squad members.
Can I make a roll? I wanna try to see if how much Oho can perceive from that statement, not just from the intent or whether or not he means it, but also what he can perceive through like the micro gestures and reading, like how much of that conviction is true, how much fear or hesitation or doubt is underneath it.
Gotcha. Let me see.
Also, whenever you get a chance, check your DMs real quick.
Gotcha. Do. Let's go with that. Okay. It's gonna be a. This will be a cool check. Or you're using your sight to kind of read it into the physical mannerisms of this individual. So either cool or perception. Contested against his leadership. So it'll be a daunting difficulty with a challenge of 3. I'll give you 2 boost die for your Ichani nature, your species benefit.
Let's see how that goes. So close.
Oof. Oof. With that, there doesn't seem to be any waver in his conviction. He wholeheartedly believes in his squadron. And these individuals have complete faith in each other. The fight has not left these people, these pilots. They may have been sitting in prison for years now, but that time away from the fight has not drained their conviction.
Yeah, I feel like, at this point, I think probably Ojo has been looking for an opportunity to eventually reveal who he truly is, but he's been just making sure that some other things are taken care of first, like making contact with the Rhodian. Now that got done, getting information about where like the sewers or like the tunnel system or everything is, that is also good. I also had a question. The section that is under the laundry.
Mhm.
Are those the systems that would lead to that weak spot that we talked about where the extraction could happen, or the one that would lead to like potentially the outside area that would be like the danger? Because we talked about how Ojo wants to do the dual
Yeah,
exit, like deep diversion.
yeah. That would be the underground systems that would pose a potential risk because you don't know necessarily what is down there. Um,
Copy
you,
that. Just wanted to know that. That's probably the, if that's the section, that's probably the section that Kesh is going to be sent to whenever the group infiltration happens.
hmm. Yeah, in reference to the map that Rawl had conjured up for you, um, you would know you would quickly take notice from the rec yard that those two doors are going to be directly to your east from here. The central courtyard, the rec yard, is centralized within the prison walls. It's just a common area with a bunch of recreational equipment, sports gear, weightlifting equipment, so on and so forth. Just something to help pass your time with minimal security around as possible to alleviate some of the work burden on the security staff. Um, but directly to your east would be the location of these two doors that could potentially facilitate the extraction, the most expedient extraction.
Got it. So the doors east to the of the rec room are the ones that are good for the extraction. The laundry
Correct.
room is in a different direction.
Correct. The laundry room is going to be three levels down uh, to the south. Three levels down to the south end of the prison. Just just after the showers.
Cool. Yeah, I think that one of the things that Ojo has been doing also during the time that he hasn't been necessarily interacting with people or doing the functions, as he's been working and being sent to like the rec room and then the other like yard time and then work and then being in the cell and then going to the laundry room, doing the labor, all the things. Every time that he's doing any of these things, he's always just clocking things. So he's just basically drilling, memorizing and visualizing. So he's just going like, when I'm walking in this direction in this hallway to this particular task, there's usually a guard on this side, there's usually a guard here, there's usually a door here. There's this amount of people that are going in this direction, there's this amount of people that are going in that direction. Whenever you turn in this side, that's the area where there usually is like a blind spot or there's a breath of moment before another person is seen down that hallway, and then there's another turn.
Yeah.
This is the area where I see like the main guards going, or like this is the area where it seems like where they do the exchange and they change guards and shifts. That's in this direction. So he's just first making himself acquainted with the space
Yeah.
so that when he's able to reach out to the group outside, he's able to be like, by the way, all this information or this map that you sent me about like the laundry room and all these other areas, this is usually the typical movements that are happening around this time, this time, this time, this time.
Mm.
This is the time that is the time that actually turns out to be the quietest. So if we were to use this room has a window about here, 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 this times, this temp, this amount of people, this amount of risk, this amount of danger, this amount of
Yeah.
distractions. That's basically, he's taking inventory all of this.
Yeah.
And then I think at the point, and we can, for expediting the storyline and to move it forward, basically he wants to first solidify this particular spots, like the extraction area that is the actual extraction, the laundry room and the area of the sewers, and then all the other like potential. I think the next thing that he will want to do is it's a risky move, but but he would like to actually like just ruffle some feathers and get some like rig some chaos just to see the reaction time. And I think after that reaction time and getting to see a little of like how things function when things are chaotic, especially because he wants to see how the group of pilots behave
Mm.
when the chaos is going and how they cover one another. Because he now understands based on this conversation, it seems like they trust each other, they still have fighting them. I just want to see how they fight,
Mm.
like how coordinated they are. After that's happened and this information has been retrieved and the spirits have been scanned and like researched by him, then he will actually reach out to them and be like, by the way, like pineapple. And that's the code that they know. It's like, oh my God, nobody else knows the word pineapple other than our people.
Gotcha. Um. Okay. So, your reconnaissance is going to be fairly limited to the cell block that you're held in, unless you have tools that allow you to escape your cell and do external reconnaissance from the cell block. There's going to be some pretty large blind spots.
Remind me, what type of cells are these? Like, what is the door? Is it an energy door? Is it a metal bar thing door? What is it?
These would be typical cell block bars. Um, Energy barriers would cost too much fuel to maintain and can be easily tampered with, whereas people don't have to deal with physical doors too often. So these would be typical cell block doors or bars.
Okay.
So it's possible to get out. You just got to do so.
I mean, technically speaking, I don't need to get out. I just need to make them believe that I'm in.
Fucking fair enough. I mean,
Like,
yeah, if you can find a good blind spot, and hope to God that none of the other cellmates fucking rat your ass out.
they would need to see me first. Also, you're talking about the cell block, but when we are in places like the rec room or the yard,
Yeah.
how much access, how easy or how more mainstreamed is the access to other sections?
All access points are heavily monitored by the wardens and the security guards. The only free access that you have is to the restrooms, or the refreshers, that they would be referred to as in Star Wars. As far as the yard, you guys are being brought out to various vaults out in your guys' prison sector. So, free access to anything is few and far in between. If you need to go to the bathroom, you have to go pee in a bush.
What about the work that we do with things like laundry or the labor outside? Does that ever cross more than one cell block? Meaning, like the laundry, when we're doing the laundry,
Yes.
actually the person picking up the laundry has to go through more than one
Yes.
cell block because
Yeah, you're going through a central corridor that leads past several cell blocks in that area. So yeah, you'd see the various other cell blocks as well as the central corridor that all the prison guards use to navigate the entirety of the prison freely.
so that would probably be the first way that he would try to go about it, is getting himself into the type of labor that would allow him to have the mobility to start moving further away from the cell block as much as he can. And then whatever blind spots he finds that is like, I won't be able to get this just using the regular motions that I have to go, If I want to know more, I will need to like make some other moves.
Ah, okay. You're probably gonna want to go the route of the library guy, the guy that goes around exchanging books with the various prisoners to give them reading material. That person's job allows him to freely travel the entirety of the prison with the cart of books. However, that person's usually on the prison guard's good list. So you're gonna have to find a way to ingratiate yourself into the into the prison guard's good graces, and replace the guy that's currently on it, who happens to be, let's see, let's use my tool.
Please tell me is one of the idiots that was trying to threaten me.
No, it's actually a cute little alien guy. It's an Uradel, frog-like alien species, big bulbous eyes, reptilian or amphibious physiology, bright yellow eyes, small stature, about 4'5", younger in cadence. Appears to be some type of let's see, let me pull up sentient amphibian present in Cocoa Town on the planet Coruscant. Okay, some of them have been known to become Jedi. Very interesting. Gray skin and blue eyes.
We'll say that during this either first week or second week, as soon as you would allow, or would have started probably shadowing that individual, especially because it would have been interested in being like whenever this individual ends up having an exchange or interaction with the guards, what is the interaction about?
Okay.
But also, I don't want to, because we have currently a hold with the group, and I want to be able to have the group interact with one another.
Yeah.
Um,
I would
did
say that's
you
probably a good question for the crew, but yeah, let me see what would be good.
Lun is the lunch lady. Because he's such smiles and dipper personality. He's the lunch lady.
Let's see. Codes are hard.
please stand by? Your rebel liberation is important to us.
New elevator music.
There we go. That's a good one. I like that. I like that one.
Is there anyone in particular that this is something that they would know, or is it a whole group thing?
This would probably typically be more so towards the upper echelons of command. Some of it could be pretty commonly known, especially in a tight knit group such as Phantom Squad, but you would more so use it for interactions with the higher echelons within the organization. But yes, pretty common.
It cannot be too common though, because then I wouldn't use it.
Right.
So I think that when Ojo is having this conversation with the group and talking about like protecting themselves, and then the Nathuan individual is saying that they still got fighting them. Ojo kind of leans a little closer, so the group can still hear. It's not necessarily just to the Nathuan one, but for the group, for really the three of them
Yeah.
who are currently present to hear. And he just sort of looks at them and goes, I suppose that you are one of those fools, huh? Who thinks they can raise the injustice of the galaxy, trying to bring people, what? Some spark of hope? And for the group listening, um, that is a wordplay, or rather a rearranging of a saying
Yes.
that your rebel people amongst your group know.
The official phrase is a spark of hope can raise the injustices of the galaxy. And with that version of it, you soon come to the realization that there's more to Oho than just meets the eye. He's a transformer.
Transformer.
Aldra's instantly peaked. Just
think-
focuses on this guy now.
Yeah.
Before he was a nuisance and just kind of just a nobody. Now he's like, oh, excuse me, hello, hi.
I think that quickly catches everyone's attention.
I think I think Case sort of subtly nudges Demeron in the side, just to confirm as he glances across.
Interesting. Yeah, I suppose I am one of those fools.
Hey, boss, we're all those fools.
It's kind of implying that.
Oh.
When we get back to cell block, let's talk some more.
No. You don't get to say when we talk. You're too clumsy. Besides, you said it yourself. You're fools. I am sure the Empire is looking and making sure that the fools that remain of you are taken care of and not planning anything stupid.
Was that a backhanded compliment?
No, shut up.
I don't know.
He's saying stupid games win stupid prizes.
That's not it either.
Well, that's what it sounded like to me. I don't know what it sounded like to you guys. I'm not here for this philosophical.
It didn't
whatever
sound
mumbo
like
jumbo.
anything. It didn't sound like a thing.
Hey, look, I'm just a guy who likes to fly his baby. If someone wants to explain to me what the dang ferric this guy just said,
I would love
I don't think we have the
to.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you want to talk, feel free to let us know when you're ready to talk. Otherwise, I have to go ponder what the fuck he just said to me. Because I don't know what the fuck that meant.
Yeah. Don't be too ready to talk. Be ready to fight. And with that, he looks at every single one of them, takes a moment to also very discreetly lock eyes with the ones that are supposed to be like keeping an eye from a distance as if they think that they're not seen. And Ojo is just kind of doing like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like he's just like spotting every single one of them before he turns around and just like very loudly and boastfully, intentionally, don't need nobody's help. Just keeps walking away. This ain't going to be some friendship. That's not how this is gonna look. Cannot look that way.
What the fuck?
I
Case?
equally like that guy as I hate him.
Yeah, Case. What the fuck?
The fuck.
I don't know. I kind of like him.
All right, let's go get ready for the yard. You know it's coming, Lun. And with that,
Great. Favorite time of the day.
Also, boss, I told you to not have Bowman be standing 2 inches to the left. He's fucking glowing.
Don't worry about it. We don't need to be conspicuous. We just need to keep each other safe. And with that, I think now is a good time to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. Get yourselves resituated, rehydrate, so on and so forth. We'll be back in 5 minutes to continue the story as we can transition over to the other half of Ojo's journey into Belsavis prison. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back, all you. Hello and welcome back, all you wonderful to be dicers. I forgot in my excitement to get this game rolling on again, to do the announcements for our slate, as we have some big news. We have the next date for Dimensional Dial of Dr. Diego locked in. Coming up at the end of this month, I believe. Let me double check our time slot here. Where'd it go? Load faster. March 26th, 9 p.m. I'm guessing that's Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, exciting. Clucky is coming back. I'm excited about that. Clucky is the goodest of boys. And then Tales of Varden next week, Thursday. Not this week, but next week. We just had Frontiers of Ebron this Sunday, so no Frontiers of Ebron till the following Sunday. That is our slate for the week. So all we really have much to look forward to is, Star Wars next Tuesday. And then at the end of the month, we get to reconvene for some dimensional hopping with a barbarian chicken, a blind monk, a child, and a emotionally traumatized spellcaster. It's great. We love it.
Sounds safe.
It's a great time. Clucky's been fireballed a couple times by the emotionally traumatized spellcaster, but it's okay because he's he's the emotional support bird who cusses a lot. That being said, that's it for our slate. Let's go ahead and get back to it. After making contact with the members of former Rogue Squadron, soon to be Phantom Squadron, next point on your agenda is to secure a position that within the ecosystem of the prison that allows you the ability to freely traverse the prison in its entirety with little to no resistance. That being of which the library cart boy position that is currently being held by this Uridel. No, not much taller than a human child. And you've seen him interact with various members of the prison. More namely, Vulcan, who the Uridel seems to try and converse with Vulcan as much as possible whenever he does exchange books with him. But Vulcan kind of keeps it at a more strictly business relationship with this individual. But this male Uridel seems to carry himself with a upbeat energy. Very unusual for this type of environment, especially for a prison setting. You get a sense that this person, whatever got him landed in here, has to have some level of political influence. He pissed off somebody at some level that managed to secure him in a prison on a prison planet that he will unlikely ever get out of, because he's way too goddamn friendly to be a hardened criminal. and he's tried to make it a point to or two to try and be cordial, if not friendly, with you, asking what type of literature you're into, trying to prod bits of information out of you to see what type of book you'd be interested in, and occasionally makes recommendations of what little information he's able to gather from you into what you would be inclined to consume on a literary level, literature level. Words, whatever. But you come to find out that this individual's name is Ordil. Ordil. Ordil, you soon learn, is in prison for scamming a high-level Senate member within the Imperial Senate. Just blue-collar scamming. Not blue-collar, white-collar scamming. Ripped off the wrong person and ended up getting sent to prison for it. He doesn't have an aggressive bone in his body. You get a sense that he's probably secured this position as a means of protection, as he would not do well in the in the alien sector of the prison, as he would be poorly handled over there, and they don't tend to mix the species together in cell blocks, aside from Phantom Squad's group. The only couple of aliens that you've seen in your cell block are the members from Phantom Squadron. Otherwise, the rest of them are segregated to the other sectors of the prison as a means of controlling aggression between the inmates. But Ordil today approaches you with a little fantasy novel about a blind monk traveling with a chicken and child. I think this would be a great read for you. It's about this father figure that travels with his companion, chicken, brave little guy, and a child, and he imparts wisdom as well as teaches them how to fight in a more defensive manner. It's just overall great read. I think this is something would be right up your alley. Would you like me to leave it on your cot, at the door, on the bars, on the floor?
What makes you think that it would be good for me?
I don't know. You got this like stoic thing going on. I feel like you carry yourself with a little bit of a gravitas, some gritty nature. I figured you might have some level of fighting experience. I don't know, maybe. I thought it was a great read.
In this time that I've been here, how does he navigate the space when he's moving through places? Are the doors opened for him? Does he
Yes.
have a? Okay.
He has a key card or a code cylinder that allows him to travel freely. It is monitored, however, because I mean you can't just have a prisoner traveling around without some type of monitorization. But he does. You would eventually take notice to the fact that he has a code cylinder on his jumpsuit that allows him to travel freely.
Are you the only person who does their job?
Yeah. It's it's kind of a it's kind of a sweet gig, you know. I get preferential treatment. I'm protected from the other inmates. Um, get better food sometimes. Um, and sometimes I get to eat with the some of the security guards. That's always interesting. The Hauk are surprisingly well read, given their reputation. You'd be surprised.
Not much to do here, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you gotta work with what you get, man. You know, it's when life gives you a shit sandwich, you just kind of have to take a bite and smile through the pain. You know, this is the longest we've actually had a conversation, so I'm a little intrigued. Um, so, what exactly are you in here for? What'd you do?
Clearly nothing good.
I think that's how most people get into prison, doing something not good, usually. I mean, I just ripped off of this senator. I started a currency chain, um, Coinbit. It turned out to. They found out that it was a hoax, but you know, back when NFTs and cryptocurrency was a big deal, I figured I'd hop on that train and see what I could do with it, and yeah, that's how I ended up here. Scammed a senator out of millions of dollars of credits, whatever.
All right, please hold while I transfer move locations.
No worries. He continues to kind of pry into Aho's backstory, still meeting some staunch wall of resistance. Um, um, sorry, I was reading the chat. Eventually, I'm assuming Oho kind of relents in some way to kind of ingratiate himself with this individual as he holds the key to being able to traverse this prison freely to get the intel that he needs, or at least makes friends in the vaguest capacity of the word. As far as the rest of you, Ordil hands off a book to Demeron. It's not even a book really. It's more of it's actually a news article keeping him up to date with the current events of the galaxy and whatnot. Case, you know he likes to stay on top of the current situation with the fight and how it's going. Looking for any mentioning of any discovered rebel bases. Just trying to keep tabs on the current state of the rebellion and whatnot. Um, he also gets another book handed to him, but he quickly hands that off over to you, and it's a book on how to play the Jark, and he puts it in your hands, and you need to learn how to play. You're terrible at that game. You're muted, unfortunately.
Yeah, double muted. The shade is thorough and covering.
Listen, I need more of a challenge. All right, I played everybody else here. You're the only person that has refused to play with me, and I'm starting to understand why.
I'll heed your words. I'll read the book. I can't get any better.
That's all I'm asking. I need a change of perspective here. Something. I know everybody else too well. I know their moves. I need something new. As far as books that would interest Case Nix, what type of literature would he gravitate towards?
I think it's I think it's a bunch of fantasy, history, old world things.
Okay. Fantasy old world. You actually get a book referencing the High Republic, back referring to some of the mind you, this book is wildly rare due to the Empire's takeover, but it references the Jedi of old from the High Republic and some of their achievements during their peak of I don't want to say rule, but peak of their activity. A lot of mentionings of Yoda in this book. As far as your direct understanding of who Yoda is, no clue. But the description details of a very small green frog-like humanoid, with some incredible accolades, and he sounds like a very interesting individual to learn from. Lun, as far as you're concerned, you get a copy of Sublight.
I also have a small request that
Yes.
inside whatever's about to get inside is a small, very corny romance novel.
I like that.
Whatever he's about to get inside, due to like an agreement he made with Ordeal, it's just like, if anyone sees this,
Yeah.
I will turn you into a pie. Level deal.
On the exterior is a copy of the Sublight Products Corporation's lineup, their most recent line of Headhunter starfighters. Inside that copy is a romance novel.
Across the stars, maybe.
Across the Stars, the romance of between Wookiee and Ewok.
Shut up, you don't expect it.
It's an interesting read, to say the least. Definitely leaves to question in your mind how it works, but damn, is that reading saucy.
Literally, if Casey or anyone looks over, there's like a flash of like a piece of like metal that he's carved off that gets thrown at them, and he immediately quickly hides it under his jacket like nothing.
As far as you're concerned, Aldra, what literature does Ardal gravitate towards? Aldra.
Well, if he was on the outside, it would be newspaper clippings of all the fastest racers there are currently. Since he's not, it's just a book of poetry, but he doesn't actually read it. He just uses it to block out the lights.
He just drapes the book over his eyes. I like it.
Yep.
Okay. And you get a book on the profound insights of a green toad. As far as Oho and Ordil. You arrange some days before Ordil to get his hands on some current event news. However, it's been some time since the events that you're specifically looking for has passed. But Ordil, after you arrange a interaction to which puts you in a position of protection, of protector of Ordil, after a confrontation takes place with Ordil between some other of the aliens during the wreck yard time. Indebted to you, he assures you that he can he'll do his best to get find any articles in reference to that specific event. And it's been some days at this point, about 3 days. Day specifically, day 9 of month 4, when he finally comes back as he's making his way through cell block Carinth. His big bulbous blue eyes look over at you in your cell, bright smile across his face as he walks with the cart, gives you a thumbs up, and makes his way over to Demeron and the rest of former Rogue Squadron. And he approaches the group. Oh, hey guys, good to see you all. Here for book exchange. If you got anything you want to exchange out. However, Demeron, I have something for you. And he holds out an old I can't have electronics, so a printout. It's a printout. Appears to be some type of printout. As he holds it out, those of you looking in can see what appears to be the aftermath of a devastation to a space station. But the headline, Banistar devastation, culprits at large, fuel production in the outer rim, heavily impacted. Rebel, the sub headline: Rebel forces suspected to be responsible for the attack. No confirmation as of yet as to who is involved. Demeron kind of looks over this article. I mean, that's great news. Who sent? Who told you I needed this? And Nordal kind of looks over his shoulder and towards your direction. You're probably not even anywhere near your cell at that point, and he just looks back over at Demeron and the rest of you guys. I was just told to give it to you. All right. See you later, guys. And he continues off to continue his book exchange with the rest of the inmates.
I think the group will probably get to find Oho somewhere in the distance reading a book. His eyes essentially going off the book toward them whenever they're reading the news, and then just looking back down. Just the slightest of acknowledgments of I may or may not have had something to do with that.
Is he
Change my mind. That guy's scary now.
is he trying to insinuate something? Case?
I'm not sure, but I got a good feeling about it anyway.
I mean, if he managed to, if he's responsible for this, that's one of the highest protected Imperial assets in the sector. That's an impressive feat.
He never did say what he was in here for, but I feel like if it was that, he'd be dead, not in here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Then why is he here?
And that is the golden question.
Oh, ha ha ha.
Boss, I love you, but you gotta stop.
Somebody told me
Is
humans love puns. That was just what I was told.
Even I gotta admit, boss, like there's a limit to the amount of puns that a humanoid can make.
Whatever. Either way, if he's not in prison, or if he's not here for that, I think it's time we found out what exactly it is he is here for.
Lon literally just looks at Casey and then just like looks at the cell, looks at Altair, just like. I'm sure it's not the scenery.
Something tells me hold on. Before he goes any further. Hold on. Hold what you got. Oh, what's your discipline?
Well, I graduated in SAS, minor in crass.
A whole lot of badassery.
My discipline is 2 ranks and 1 green.
Okay. Case? Make sure the crew's ready at any given moment. I think we're about to go on a vacation.
I was hoping you'd say that. I have been waiting for this for so long.
Does that mean I get my baby back?
Baby back ribs?
Baby back, baby
All you
back,
want.
baby back.
Lon just very excitedly, a manic smile appears on his face as he looks at the scratched Z95 headhunter on where his cot is, and just goes like the eyes go wide. He realizes like I get to fly it again.
I think we're all going to be able to get back into where we belong here very soon. Just be ready at any given moment.
You got it, boss.
And then as the crew disperses, Demron makes one last pointed look over at Oho as you continue to remain as innocuous as possible. I'm sure you're probably looking over him at this point, and he kind of just gives you oh, you're gone?
No, I'm there.
Oh.
I can see him. I can sense him in my periphery. But he gave the one look that he needed, which was the look of when they got the article as an acknowledgement.
Mhm.
After that, he's staying looking down. He knows that he's being looked at, but he's not looking back.
He kind of just he has a smile as he gives a confirmation nod as he goes back to the rest of his crew and retreats into his cell, begins prepping some of his gear or his belongings that he's accumulated in his cell. And you can hear whispers amongst the cell block as the rest of the crew begins to issue out a call for readiness. It's not like an openly blatant call for readiness. It's just you can hear the various whispers, incoherent from this distance, but and then the shuffling of belongings and feet as people begin to consolidate their stuff and whatnot. I think that's where we'll end tonight's session. As the crew of what was formerly known as Rogue Squadron has their patience paid off with the arrival of this individual who seems to bring some spark of hope with him. A promise of freedom. A promise to return to the skies where they belong. Where the rest of this journey goes, be to be diced. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode. We'll see you next week for the continuation and the third week of Oho's incarceration. Have a great night.